Hello again, Nate here with the Volunteer Tech Vlog. In this video, I wanted to talk about something that seems like it should be pretty straightforward and simple, but not necessarily. How to clap. Now, I'm not talking about how to properly, smack your hands together. Like everyone can, I think, figure that out. But when to appropriately clap, and then tips for worship team leaders. Okay, so here's the situation. We had a guitar player who was also the worship leader, and he was singing and playing guitar. And then we had like 4 vocalists, right? And they're holding their microphones. So no djembe player, no cajon, no drum kit. This was a Sunday where we just the worship team didn't have a drummer, right? So what happens when you've got, and this is a good thing, right? You've got your congregation, you've got people out there that want to get involved in, and they want to clap along, but they don't necessarily know to clap on beats 2 and 4, right? So if most worship songs are in 4/4 time signature, and most worship songs are specifically kind of designed or written to be easy to sing along with. Or usually some thought is put into the key that you're singing so that most people can hit all the notes, and you're thinking about a time signature that is simple enough that people can kind of tap their foot to it, and there's not all kinds of crazy time signature changes or anything like that going on. So in 99.9% of the time you're going to be clapping on beats 2 and 4. 2 and 4, that is, so if you're counting like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, clap, 3, clap, 1, clap, 3, clap, that's the clap is supposed to take the place take the place of the snare drum, basically. So you've got your kick drum, your bass drum that's usually happening on 1 and 3 and or other places, but definitely 1 and 3 for the most part, and your claps happening on 2 and 4. And so, okay, so now let's go back to the scenario. You got your guitar player, who obviously he can't clap, and you've got your vocalists, and they're holding microphones, so they're not being able to clap. So what happens when the congregation starts throwing off the worship team because they're clapping either on the wrong beats or they're clapping just kind of randomly? A tambourine. That's my tip. That's my tip for a situation like that where you don't have a drummer. You give one of the vocalists who has a pretty good sense of how to clap a tambourine, and they just hit that tambourine only if they need to. Maybe you don't want a tambourine, that's fine. But you know what? When the congregation starts leading the rhythm section, and they're leading it incorrectly, you may want to just reach for that tambourine or have it on standby. Designate somebody to be the clap leader, if you will, to just kind of hit that on their thigh as they're holding their microphone on beats 2 and 4. That might be a way to get around that. And it's not the end of the world if people are clapping funny. Like, praise God however you want to praise God, but you also don't want to confuse anyone either. So anyway, I'll just throw that out there. Take it or leave it. A little tip on how to clap and how to manage clapping from the worship leader's perspective. Now, most churches, this is going to be something that smaller churches have to deal with. I would imagine the bigger churches might have a click track that they can put up and all kinds of cool stuff that they can do. I mean, smaller churches can do that too. It just takes it takes a worship leader that's into the technical stuff, and that's not always the case. So, tambourine can be a lifesaver. Anyway, I hope you found this tip helpful. I hope you found this tip helpful. I will see you in the next Volunteer Tech Vlog.